Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to share with you a Whirlwind build. This build, I spent quite a lot of time testing it thoroughly with different bows. Bows are actually very important and decided just to release it after testing it fully in different daily trials. Now as you can see here, I'm using the Bubble Burster, which is an amazing damage reduction bow. This is one thing that is very important. I love it than other bows because it just reduces the damage. I don't need to think about getting healing from souls, which just travel slowly to me. Just reduce the damage. And this is great for actually builds that use it either Pain Cycle, Reckless, or even both. So it's just an amazing one. Of course, we can have some with different things, but overall it just works amazingly well. Now keep in mind, although the exploding doesn't trigger the refreshment, still you're gonna deal damage to enemies, and you might get to a situation where enemies are badly hurt because of the exploding, and you just can go and one hit enemies and get refreshment to work. So there is a synergy, but it's not directly, right? So we have refreshment. Guarding Strike is also, by the way, one of my favorites. Sometimes I even prefer. Sometimes I go with both. Depends on the build. But this one has refreshment built in. Now, if you ask me if I should go with Guarding Strike instead of refreshment, not in this build because we're gonna get damage, so it's better to heal than actually having that extra protection. That's what I would go with. All right, let's continue. We're gonna show you, of course, how it works in Daily Trial, Apocalypse Plus 25, where there are lots of archers. Again, unfortunately, I don't have Deflect here in this build, but if you have, you're lucky. All right, so again, this is the build. Let's see how it goes. Now, keep in mind that I already tested it with different bows, and I found this bow to be just kind of a perfectly complement this specific build. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. It goes very smooth. I need to always make sure that I activate both Mushroom and Iron Amulet. I don't need to wait because I have cooldown on my armor. So basically it will be after most of the time. I need to prioritize small enemies to limit them fast to get, of course, the ability to use Poison Barrier as often as I can. But again, we're going to enjoy the benefit of the Ping Cycle and Exploding as well. I have the Gong, just in case there's some kind of enchanted enemies that are harder to kill. I can use the Gong to eliminate them fast. All right? As you can see, I already have Poison Barrier ready, and I can use it whenever I like. This goes very smoothly. Now, as you can see, I have extra speed when I roll, so I actually can move fast when I'm rolling and hitting enemies with my arrow. Again, I roll. I don't need to shoot with my bow manually. I can just roll and get it extra speed buff. Now, the important thing is that I want you to pay attention to the bubbles, how amazing well it actually works. Now, I don't have Deflect here. Without this, I tried different bows and I got tons of damage. Now, with this one, I reduce the damage times-fold because I'm just rolling. Here I'm activating the potion. Of course, I'm taking advantage of the time that I have. You don't need to directly go after those with a bubble. It's up to you. You can just go with the other ones and then go to those who actually bubble. Because if you roll again and there's other enemies, you can actually stop them from hitting you by bubbling them as well. So it takes a bit of practice to kind of make the best of it, but already by default it will work very well for you. Just remember, activate Iron Amulet. This is Daily Trial, has lots of skeletons, so we're getting lots of damage from range. But keep in mind that the bubble will also stop melee enemies from actually attacking you. But in this situation, I'm going to get lots of damage from archers. All right, and just shows you how well the build can work, because in melee range, I can easily do things and not get damage from far. And keep in mind that we also have chilling, so this also slows down melee enemies, which is great. Again, it's not the perfect armor. Again, you can have it if you deflect to be even better. But overall, it works very well considering the fact that the Ping Cycle and the Exploding actually supposed to go against the refreshing. It actually worked very well in terms of timing and everything. It was very smooth. I think the thing that probably made this build is probably the bow. It has considerably reduced damage from enemies. You just felt that, because again, you need to understand, each time I do hit, I get damage, right? So I definitely need to refresh by either eating enemies and of course using the potion. And this is actually something good for this build, because if I went with the Guarding Strike, I can probably get in a situation because I wouldn't have the ability to use the potion quite often, I would probably have a problem that I need to heal and I need to wait more time to actually get healing to use the potion. So in many situations, it is a mistake, by the way. So in many situations, he almost died, but you know what I did, because I start low. But look at this, the confidence just to get in and quickly gain health. Just works amazingly well. So basically, having the refreshment is actually a better choice in general. But if you know me, you know that I'm kind of like edgy builds, so I'm probably going to go with, I would have gone with Guardian Strike just to be kind of more edgy. But in general, I think that the potion, the refreshment, sorry, is better choice for this particular build. Because we have pain cycle here, we don't have critical hits, so we're actually getting damage while actually hitting. Look how smooth it works. How smooth. And that I have confidence just bursting into enemies, knowing that I can get healing fast and get a refreshment as well. And if you have confidence in the build when you are very low, just imagine how good the build actually is. So you can actually see lots of enemies. I'm rolling again, bubbling enemies, pushing myself through. I can use the potion when I need to. Don't need to hurry if I see that I'm kind of half, because we're not going to take tons of damage and we're going to die instantly. So you have time to kind of decide when you want to use it. But you can definitely kind of burst into enemies, stun them, go in, deal the damage. And of course, you see here I already have potion barrier. Take a look how much time it takes me to get a potion barrier, by the way. You can take a look down and see how much time it takes me. Alright, and I get it now again. So yeah, so if you like builds that kind of burst with damage, you can just pass through enemies with lots of explosion and stuff on the screen. And just good momentum, excellent momentum, sorry. You're gonna love this build. It just feels so satisfying to play such build. You just move through enemies, you see all these explosions and damage and all this stuff happening. Enemies kind of bubble and sometimes fly up in the air. This is something, when you kind of combine everything together, something that really makes the build very, very satisfying to play. Now this is especially true if you love the Whirlwind, playing double X and different variations of double X, unique variations. You're gonna enjoy this one. Again, you can get better armor for this. It allows you to even have a better survivability, especially when we're talking about range damage, because this will reduce the damage overall. But you're gonna have fun. You're just gonna burst through enemies and with such big explosion and stuff. You're gonna love it. Trust me, you're gonna love it. So this is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this one. More builds coming. So I hope you have fun with this one. If you need a drop from this, let me know on the Discord channel. And I'm going to see you very soon on the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye.